All right, 5 o'clock on a Labor Day Monday. Let's do this. Let's hit the books. Part of the Hammer Betting Network, sponsored by FanDuel. Alongside, you know him, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Joey Knish, producer extraordinaire for today, Alex Moretto. I'm merely Brad Powers. Before we get to your comments, questions, concerns, and a few best bets for today's show, let me remind everybody that Hit the Books is indeed brought to you by FanDuel. And with college football back, FanDuel is giving you a reason to lock in early. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get 300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. You can use those bonus bets on your best bets, such as week 2 lines. There's still futures market out there. Maybe you're buying somebody down the Heisman board. Devin Dampier looks pretty good for Utah. Maybe the Cal quarterback, unfortunately, for our best bet. You can use them for totals, player props, whatever you got circled on the college football calendar. FanDuel is easy to use. It's safe. And when you win, guess what? You get paid instantly. No waiting around, no hassle, just straight to your account. So if you got a team, a take, or a gut feeling before kickoff, now's the time to back it. What you need to do, though, visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks. That's FanDuel.com/hitthebooks and sign up to get started. But you must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. First online real money wager, only $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org. In Maryland, Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. In Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NEW YORK or text HOPE New York. In New York, 3. I don't know why the Underwood hasn't been graded yet. So we went 3 and 4 on best bets. Knish, not great.
No,
but other than that, how was your weekend?
You know what? It was. I was gonna say, nice to be looking at a fresh board. I'm gonna, the quality of the gameplay. I wasn't the big games. I wasn't like super like, man, this was great football. Which I think a lot of factors play into that, the turnover, the kind of stuff. I'm all in on the Bryce Underwood train, baby. I'm all the way in. So enjoyed seeing that opener. But yeah, not the greatest betting week. Obviously, we were wrong. yeah, Mikey V head to head with Mikey V this week. Obviously, wrong side in the Oregon State play. But you know what? Fortunate.
That was rough.
Yeah,
Cal's got a quarterback. Somebody knew something because Cal, that was probably the biggest late week move on the board.
Yeah,
that turned out to be 100% correct.
Yep, 100% correct. So yeah, it's got to take the L there, and then you know what, get started this week, baby.
Speaking of Mike Vivian, I don't want to lose this number. We don't do this always, but I want to start off this show with a best bet on the biggest game of the week. It is indeed your Michigan Wolverines traveling to Mike's Oklahoma Sooners. You and I have both bet this game. We gave out the under in the summer. So if you're with us, you got a touchdown CLV. What could go wrong there? But we also are going to have a best bet on the side. I'll leave you to the floor here. What are we doing?
Well, hope Mike, Mikey baby, put the family away. We're going Michigan plus 6.5, best number in market currently at our friends in FanDuel. And we're taking it. So best bet plus 6.5, Michigan. There was a flicker of 7s early this morning. Once it got out there, I don't think those returned. That 6.5 is kind of one of the last ones out there. A couple of things. One, you're going to hear, and you know what? I'll eat crow next week if he comes in, pisses himself at Oklahoma. Underwood for his first start for 18 years old. The program hasn't had 250 plus yards passing. I know it's New Mexico in a year and a half, in like 20 games. That's the last time they had 250 plus yards passing and a couple of key drops. The kid looked like the real deal. He looked like if you told me after one start, one quarterback who I want at the next level with that skill set, it's him. That's what it is. So, and this number rose up there, and I can see if you're, early on, if you're buying Oklahoma, I can't see this, trading at 6.5, 7 all week. I think it'll come back down a bit. Obviously, decent number on the total we got in the summer if you're watching. But I'm not buying also the Michigan defense. I know they gave up some plays. I'll tell you this, and people are going to be like, you're a homer, Joey K. New Mexico came in. One, I think they're significantly better than last year with all the roster turnover, what they brought in.
New Mexico, you think they're significantly better
than last year's team?
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind they were like one possession away from going to a bowl game last year.
Listen, hey, they came in with a great game plan. Played, got some breaks in their
I
favor.
agree with that. I thought when you talk about coaching them up and scheming some stuff up, they were incredible.
No, I totally agree. And with that said, I think the defense will be much better. I can't get to that number.
I can't either. I mean, look, I know it's an illiquid market, the game of the year market, but this was week 2. We're talking this game was available at most sports books, and it was trading right around 3. I mean, I can't come to a 3+ point adjustment after week 1. Certainly, I downgraded Michigan a little. I mean, I thought they'd cover, and they didn't come close. Although it looked okay, their first 20 minutes game was 17-0. I felt pretty comfortable. Oklahoma, did people not watch that game? It was 21-3 entering the fourth quarter. I know Mateer looked okay, but that was, Illinois State's an okay, a playoff team in the FCS, but that wasn't as dominant as that final. Again, 21-3 entering the fourth. So I just line of scrimmage, I think Michigan wins. So what's the linebacker suspended though, first half?
Yeah, the bar.
That was a BS call. That was a momentum changer.
And I know we laid a little Michigan just personally for Pizza Bunny. That call was the whole. If he gets that sack fumble, it's a 24-point lead, and you're like, instead they get kicked out of the game and they go down then that drive and score. So yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, Michigan's pretty deep at linebacker, but Barham is a wrecking force there, especially in the pass rush. So I mean, we can save our rant on targeting, but I'm so sick of that. Of all the things in college football that have changed and they can't get rid of the suspension. Unless you're like kill shotting a guy or you do 2 in one game, there should be no suspension. It's absolutely
15-yard penalty. Unless it's I know that's open to interpretation, but we all know when a guy intentionally does something really egregious. I don't know. I agree with that. Before we get to the chat, a couple more thoughts on you mentioned the big games not being super impressed. I was impressed with one team, and it's not going to be the team that you think because obviously, Notre Dame, Miami last night. You got to have thoughts on that, and Texas, Ohio State.
No, I know who you're going with, baby.
Fighting Brian Kelly's LSU. Yeah. Should have won that game. I graded that more like a 2-touchdown win for LSU. And that was an egregious. I mean, taking that that one touchdown catch off the board was surviving the catch or what the field, whatever. Surviving what? Him jogging down the sidelines after he caught the touchdown pass. I mean, come on. What really impressed me though, I mean, it's a line of scrimmage game. It has been forever. Their defensive front was, I mean, all transfer portal, looked really good, dominated the game, gave up 30 yards rushing.
They finally got Harold Perkins the role.
Yeah, they got him in the right position.
Yeah.
They got a corner, the kid from Virginia Tech was elite, as good a cornerback play as I saw all weekend. They weren't great in the run game, but they ran when they had to. Nussmeier completed pass. I mean, that's what it looks like, folks. When you say a team that can win the national title, well, that's what it looks like on the road. Especially down at halftime, they really came after it. So LSU, I mean, if I didn't have any priors or anything baked in, really, I'd vote them number 1. Believe it or not, they were the most impressive team.
I totally agree. In terms of week 1 overall performance, I mean, obviously Georgia and Penn State handled business
against Little Sisters of the Poor. Come on.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, not everybody handled the business this week, but I agree. In the big game, by far the best performance. I mean, there's kind of a more macro discussion around just these week 1 big games when you've got so much turnover on the rosters nowadays, and just I don't know.
Under on my camera.
Yeah. So that was I mean, I'm not going to say it was good for college football to be back. A couple of the big games obviously disappointed. I think these teams will obviously get better as the season goes on, and it'll kind of ramp up. It's just it's a little different era now with a couple of these. These usually aren't week 1 games. I mean, for a while it was everybody's schedules, mostly cupcakes, and now I don't know, part of the new college football. People want more premium games. And so it's not a bad thing that obviously
No,
these teams
I don't think it's a bad thing. And
No.
with the 12-team playoff, I mean, none of the teams that lost were out, except one team I'm going to tell you is out right now.
Uh-oh.
The
Are you
team
going?
I picked to win it all is out. Alabama. Out.
You're going all the way out.
Out of the playoffs. Out on DeBoer. Out on everything. They're done.
So I agree. I mean,
Am I done? I mean, I bet over 8.5 wins. It was one of the first bets I made this offseason in January at FanDuel. I'm not winning that bet. They're not going 9-3.
I'm not gonna go all the way out on DeBoer yet. I will say though, in this again new era of college football, I don't think you can get rid of buyouts $60+ million. So,
I agree with that. Yeah, they don't
here through next year at least. So, like in the old days, we'd be on like coach fired watch after next week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they might chop him. In the new era, no, but you can't take a $60 million hit. You can't. So
Alabama's not poor, but they're not super rich, if that makes sense.
I agree.
They can't buy. They don't have the money to buy him out and then pay for the next coach.
Right. Pay for the next coach. Pay for the roster
and pay for the roster. They don't have that money. So.
No. So you're like, yeah, it's just you better hope he turns it around. But I agree. Some of the and now this is when things are bad early when you start hearing stories, right? Kids out till 1 a.m. The fast food diet, the no discipline. That's once that starts. That's the old like we're gonna get this guy out of town, but you can't anymore. So I don't know. They better rally around him. But I agree. And some of the clips that are out there of guys jogging on the field and stuff.
There was jogging on the field. I mean, it was. This is very early, but I thought they were in big time trouble. They went down the field and scored. I thought, okay, that was a pretty impressive first drive. But it was Florida State's first drive that I thought there's some problems here because they took second timeout. First quarter wasn't even over yet. And out of that timeout, they gave up a 40-yard pass on 3rd and 10. I'm like, oh, my God, this is not good. So, Alabama, I'm out on. Quick thoughts on Notre Dame. Kudos for Miami for winning. I'm not surprised. You were at FanDuel last night. You're like, hey, give me a week 2 bet. I'm here at FanDuel. Give me any bets you want. What bet did I give you? I was like, I'll take a little Miami plus 3.5 at our friends at FanDuel. I'll take some more of that. So I wasn't surprised at the result. I didn't, upgrade it. I upgraded Miami a little bit. You have to, although Cristobal again tried to blow the game. Downgrade Notre Dame a little bit, but since this was probably the first public show that mentioned this kid's name, I thought CJ Carr played pretty well. You don't think he played well?
I'm shocked that's the takeaway there.
What do you mean?
I mean,
they got issues, and CJ Carr's not one of them.
I'm gonna agree to disagree that he's not one of the issues. I mean, he was. I think he gave you a little bit of physicality on the ground. I mean,
you're out of your skull. You're a hater then if you don't think he.
I'm not saying the kid's a bum, but I'm just like, man, I wasn't wowed by the CJ Carr performance. And I mean, Miami's. I will give it to him. I was not as high on Miami. I know you were a little higher. I know Tent was higher on Miami in general. Outside of some of the the late game, we're going to go into a shell and try and lose. Man, they got a lot of talent.
Yeah, they do.
And they kind of flipped. They went from like this. This is the new college football of like last year. They're an offensive light show and like everything defense sucks. Now they completely flip it and they're more of like a
we're going to ground
run, right, ground
quarterback.
And pound. It's out of here. So, but hey, credit to them for finishing it off. And
I can't believe you don't think CJ Carr didn't have a decent game. I'm not saying he was great.
Okay, decent. I say decent, but
I say fine. I mean, I thought they'd lose because of him, and I don't think they lost because of him. So they lost. I thought the coaching game plan, OC, DC were terrible. Offensive line's an issue. Defensive front didn't get any pressure. So there's a lot of issues. I just thought, the quarterback might be a bum, and he's not. That's all. But Cristobal almost gave that game away again. Rock, I'm just looking at the chat. Somebody said, Charles, one of our most competent viewers, says CJ Carr is better than Underwood.
Yeah, okay. Charles, let me tell you something. But you can take that take and throw it in the ocean, Chuck, because one guy's the next coming of like the next guy in all of football, quarterback, and the other guy's a nice, maybe a nice college player.
All right. Let's get to the stars of the show. That's you guys. We already got a bunch of unbelievable number of people in the chat. First up, though, super chat, Christopher O'Donnell. Loved him in Batman, the Batman Forever. Maybe you get that or not. Son of a Woman, he was good too. $9.99. Yeah. Love the show, guys. I have a 10 TV set up in the living room and try to watch everything. Sam Houston was the worst team I watched. Both quarterbacks are horrific. Yeah, I took their team total over on Friday night against that UNLV defense, and they had 7 points entering the fourth quarter.
I mean, that guy they brought in, I know Hunter Watson isn't great, but that other guy. Oh,
that's his guy, that kid from Wisconsin?
From Wisconsin, who he brought in, and he threw the worst pick six I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, so they were brutal. I'm not gonna lie about it. They were brutal. Also, 10
money pouring in on them this week. Alihado for Hawaii shaking up again.
I will say,
shocker.
10 TV setup is it would scramble my brain. I don't know how anybody's watching 10 TVs.
I can't do it. I had a 5 TV setup for that was my max, and I'm not even doing that this year. I
can't.
I like focusing on, at least early. I like focusing on one game. I want to learn a lot about this one game, and then I'll watch as many as I can throughout the week. All the people are doing 15-minute highlights now. I love it, where you can watch 50 plays from a game.
Oh yeah.
I watched
that is really nice.
I just watched right before the show. I watched Oregon State Cal because I didn't watch all that live. Oof. You want to talk about something we didn't that JKS could again? I got to get his name. Saga Polutelli.
Yeah, man, I'm not the name guy of this show.
I think it's Sunga. The G's like Tunga Vailoa. Sunga. Well, I just blew it. Whatever. JKS.
I would say.
Sunga Polutelli. Sunga Polutelli.
I tell you what. Somebody at Cal better be writing a big check in the offseason if
they don't have
it. Get around.
They don't have it. All right, back to the chat. It's gonna be tough at getting the whole chat, but we appreciate you guys tuning in on a Labor Day. It's literally a Labor Day for us. There are no days off. And speaking of no days off, Mr. No Days Off tonight. You do anything from that? TCU North Carolina under continues to take more money.
Under. I mean, I listen. I wouldn't play it now, so to speak, but yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with early TC. You know what? I even seen, there's a 4 pop on North Carolina.
I don't want any buyback. I'm just letting her ride.
No, me neither. But I could only play North Carolina at this price and hope that, you get the positive variance run.
Austin Embry in the chat, team total. I don't mind this one. Navy over 39.5 points for UAB. I like this one because how about Navy opening up 13 at Circa yesterday? Unbelievable.
Wow.
One of the worst numbers they've ever posted.
I agree with you. That I'll tell you what, our friends at FanDuel, better job on openers than Circa yesterday. And even the ones that Circa posted with an opinion, they shifted to the FanDuel number, and that's usually goes a different direction. So
yeah. I drove to Kentucky yesterday to bet at Circa, the openers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give us the story.
I had it all set up. I mean, I kept all my money, didn't do anything with. I had all that money in my Circa account, moved, didn't touch it, thinking, yep, this is just going to be a normal, besides a 2-hour drive, this is just going to be normal BP hitting bet 25 bets in 5 minutes. So I drive just across that. I'll try to keep this short, but I drive just across the Ohio River there. I get off on the first exit. There's, hotels and a couple fast food places. Homeless people everywhere, though. I'm like, I'm out of here. I am not sitting here. They were already eyeing me. They're like, ooh, how can we get this guy? I drove another 10 minutes further into the state. Then it was like locating problems. I'm like, oh, my God, I got to drive further. What the hell is going on here? So I drove even further. And now I'm getting pressed for time. App's not working. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. It was working, but it wouldn't let me place a bet. I'm like, I don't know. I'm in the state 10 plus miles, so it should be working. Come to find out, circa each individual state has a different app that you have to fund. It's not like FanDuel or DraftKings where you know, and I mentioned the one, but FanDuel. It's not like FanDuel, where you just go to different, you know, all over the country. It works. It's your same account. No. So I'm putting in the phone call back west to the guys, and you know who, Blue Horseshoes won. It was just a total CF. So didn't get those numbers. I thought it was the worst numbers they've ever, maybe not ever, but probably in a few years. Kudos to all you that got those numbers, because there was about 25 games that moved 3+ points. There was half dozen or so that moved over a touchdown. So terrible. I won't be doing that anymore. That was terrible. And also, it was a horrific drive. If you're familiar with the Dayton, Cincinnati area, horrific drive.
So you have to download the Kentucky app and fund that individually.
Yeah, I got to fund that. It's not that I don't have the money. It's just I don't feel like. I mean, what is the point?
I mean, that's 4 hours of round trip to.
Yeah, and I figured, you know, it's gonna be. I mean, yesterday wasn't an NFL Sunday. Then it's gonna be an NFL Sunday. I'm like, it's just not worth it at this point. I'll have to trust some people back west that maybe I didn't want to trust, but we'll see how it works out. There's my sad. I know everyone's so pissed at me, but that's why we bet at FanDuel. That's right, FanDuel. That's why we bet at FanDuel. Benjamin Rash with the $9.99 super chat. Gentlemen, which one of you is going to get your doctorate and use that last season of eligibility to quarterback Northwestern? Oh, my God, was that terrible. Story that comes out would have prevented me from totally being on the game. Did you see this? The disrespect that Tulane wanted to wear their jerseys from 20 years ago to honor the Hurricane Katrina, the anniversary, and Northwestern denied it. Coach Summerall was pretty hot in the post game. So I wish I'd have known that story prior. I wouldn't have bet. I'm not saying I'd been on Tulane, but I wouldn't have given out Northwestern best bet on every show that I did. Looked like a bum. Man, speaking of bums, Preston Stone was a bum. We were doing a live show and he was throwing picks. Yeah,
that was a brutal performance. I mean, that one was over first half after just like the, you know, like what would he have, 3 picks first half? The one being the worst of all, where he tried to throw it out of bounds. He couldn't even get it there. They pick it, and then Tulane one play scores. So I thought Retzlaff, though, first start for Tulane, which we were not big Retzlaff guys. He looked good, though.
He did. I mean, for a kid that's been on campus there for a month, running around, I just got that totally wrong across the board. Couldn't have been more wrong on that. There was this app. Your app at Sportsbooks, when you cross the border into Canada, they work?
No, it doesn't work. If you go to Canada, nothing will work. And also, if you're a U.S., you need Canadian citizenship to sign up in Ontario. Like, you need an address and stuff and all that. So it's like I can't go get to Canada, sign up for all the apps, and then play them while I'm there. So no, it's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. So
I guess I'm looking at chat. I'm an amateur. Keep in mind, I mean, I've never dealt with this. I had my books in Nevada. I would drive to Arizona to bet at our friends at FanDuel. This never was a thing for me. I'm learning. Tough lesson. Probably a five-figure lesson I learned yesterday. It's not gonna be good. I'll be tracking to see those bets. But back to the chat. We never answered Austin. Over 39.5. Sure, why not? UAB's defense. Not widely available. Only a couple books have the team totals up, but I would certainly lean that way. David, is Michigan at +7 a play? Yeah, I mean, it was. I know he got that one in there before the show, but I think we answered that with a best bet at 6.5. I don't think we're going to see a 7 again now. I think kudos to you guys. You do respect us. A lot of 5.5 now. So
good job, I would agree. There was again, usually you can tell when it popped like that and someone was right there on the trigger to buy it back. I don't, there's no way I could be wrong, but I don't see market doing widely available 7.
And pull behind the curtain, you and I were contemplating betting 5.5 last night.
Yeah.
That's how much we like that play. Charles in the chat, go Knowles. ACC looking stronger than expected. JKS could be a future top pick. We've talked about him. Anything in San Diego? Oh yeah, we got stuff in San Diego State. Wazoo. Probably another story. What happened to Eckhouse? Hear anything there? Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be the starter, wasn't. all the money in the world was on Washington State all week. Your guys, to be named, loved Washington State. They should have lost that game outright to Idaho. Idaho with a new coach lost that outstanding staff and a lot of the players
and
to
a lot
New
of the good players they had. That was brutal. I know first half I was following that game and I was like, this is trouble.
Very fortunate to win that game. Yeah, I would argue San Diego State might have been my favorite play on the board. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh no,
I'm not saying right now. I'm saying it was.
We both bet it yesterday. Then some other friends of the show released that, and then it got hit again this morning. So yeah, that was a Sunday. Obviously, one that if we were doing the show last night, probably would have given out. But now down to, I'm not sure that
I don't know if there's going to be buyers of Washington State.
I don't honestly.
I'll put it out there. Would not be stunned if San Diego State went off as the favorite.
I agree. I think there's still more coming.
Yeah, I'm not wild about taking the fourth best number though at this point.
Yeah,
because it seems to. Hey, it'll never land 2. Yeah, it lands 2. So, I do like San Diego State. Like Washington State could be a dumpster fire. That might be one that we actually got right. Cree 357, Kansas +7. If you can find it, I'm looking at about. Do you see any? I'm looking at about 30 books. I don't see 7.
No, I see mostly flat 6s and some juice 6.5. Yeah, I would. At where it's at now, it's nothing either way for me. I was obviously impressed with Missouri. I think the quarterback injury, as you said, might have helped them. Little concerned about Kansas up front, especially on the offensive line. But I would, again,
it's a no play at consensus for me.
6 where it's at, it's kind of in a dead zone.
Good game, though. There's a lot of those types of games this week. I mean, obviously the headliners, Oklahoma, Michigan, but like Illinois, Duke, Baylor, SMU with Baylor already 0-1. I think that's cool. A decent game. Kansas, Missouri maybe doesn't move the needle for the national folk, but I think that those are some good games. Jacob C in the chat. Also, is Rutgers a buy at less than 14 this week, or their defense too bad to lay that much after last week? Well, their defense might not be any good, but I'm telling you, my Ohio's offense is rough.
Yeah.
So I would certainly at under 14 be looking to bet Rutgers. Rutgers was under 14 on one of these openers. I would have made that bet if I had a clue on how the domestic books work in other states. So shame on me. I know I'll sound like an idiot, but at least you get the truth here. At 14.5 for their friends at FanDuel, I'm definitely not betting Rutgers at that number. Did you do anything with that game?
No, I saw, it flashed open for a minute at 12. I get same thing. I would have taken under. I still would lean at 14, flat 14. Rutgers, Miami of Ohio is absolutely brutal. And I thought Rutgers, at least offensively, showed out. You know how Miami, Ohio plays. They want to ugly it up. They want to, win sets. So
that plays in the Rutgers' hands, in my opinion.
I would think so. In just terms of covering a big number, not the best one to lay against, but yeah, in terms of just Rutgers being able to manage them on, defensively, I think they'll be all right. So I would lean the 14. You know what? We'll see. Maybe we'll talk after the show on one thing.
All right. Bennett in the chat, thoughts on, he's got a player prop for tonight. McAllister over 25.5 longest reception. Did you do anything player prop wise for tonight?
You know what, Benny? I'm sorry. I should have came a little bit more prepared on that and checked with the Joey props crew, but I don't actually think I have anything. No, I'm looking at the sheet now. Don't have any player props live in this game.
Money coming in on North Carolina right now. First time I've seen some waves of North Carolina in a while. You see that or no?
Yep.
A little bit. I know there was a couple of 4s. They're not there anymore. Please discuss FIU and Penn State from RW Fan 23. I haven't bet it yet. My sneaky suspicion is James Franklin's going to want to cover this week. So FIU was actually, market was anti-FIU.
Yeah,
FIU was the right side, covered. 41.5, I would lean Penn State. Where are you at there?
Yeah, I mean, I did think FIU, like, I know it's a Bethune, but offensively, they kind of showed out a bit, in terms of, especially with market resist. I mean, market was really, I think it opened 30 and a half, closed like 25. So I actually think there might be a little bit of Penn State buy at some point, to push it across, but with the big spreads, unless I'm really got a strong opinion when the numbers are in the 40s, it's probably a pass for me.
Back to the chat. T. Lynch, we like Toledo this week. He's asking. Box score was way better than result against Kentucky. 1 of 4 on fourth downs. Kentucky had that one big run. That was it. Toledo did score, with about minute 50 left to get the back door. Where we at on Toledo? You got an opinion on this game last I checked.
What? I don't have a significant opinion on Toledo. I've got an opinion on the Toppers, baby. The Big Red, the best team in Conference USA is Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. And I bet some +7. So and there's some 7s out there. I wouldn't bet at 6.5, but I see the Toledo money. But listen, I'm in on this Western Kentucky team, and Liberty better watch out, folks.
So we best betting it at 7? That's widely available, just not our friends at FanDuel.
Where you got to be. I know you're not as high in Western.
I'm not. I mean, I would have been on Toledo earlier, but obviously numbers matter. I'm neutral. But this is a democracy, though. This is the great, United States of America. So if you really like something at 7, I'm not against 7. Taking 7.
Is it still a democracy? All right, you can cut that out. Right out. Well, you know what? We'll call it a lean for now. But I bet it at 7 if you're in that realm.
2 words: popular vote. No, I'm kidding. We'll have some fun. All right. I thought you were going to come in strong there. There's a slight chance I can go to that game this week. I might. I think that's a good game. So
I agree. I think that will be a good game.
Yeah. Western beat Toledo last year. But yeah, the 3-letter service is on Toledo. But again, at 7, I'm just telling you, if that's the first number I would have saw, I would have said, nah, lean Kentucky. Western Kentucky there. I like that area. Western Kentucky is one of the favorite places I've been to. Brendan in the chat. We got a fresh board, fellas. Yeah, we're very excited about that. West Virginia, Ohio, another again, not going to move anybody nationally. I think this is a very intriguing game. I think it just depends kind of on what side of 3 you're on. And there's disparity in the market. I laid a little 2.5 earlier today because I saw West Virginia got steamed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. That's my bet. But if you told me you wanted Ohio plus 3.5, I see that. I think it's a sneaky over. And that's all I'll say.
You know what? I thought there'd be a little West Virginia money coming in when that got knocked down. So not surprised to see that get across 3. I mean, Ohio offensively, it was a team that a lot of people thought, including myself, kind of would fall back down after Tim Albin leaves and go that week 1 versus Rutgers, the offense, at least you've got to put them. I know it's one game, one sample. I think you put them back in the MAC conversation.
Absolutely, you do. Absolutely.
If I'm looking at the rest of the MAC, and from what I saw in week 1, week 0, week 1, all the qualifiers, in terms of teams that are worth a shit,
you're the best player in the MAC by far. Parker Navarro was unbelievable.
I agree. So maybe the fall of Ohio has been a little bit presumptuous, because I agree. They have best quarterback, probably best offense. Toledo can make an argument, and I agree.
No, of course I didn't bet Ohio. But yeah, I agree with that. Man, that's an intriguing game. I should go to that game. That's at Ohio. RW Fan 23, are we buying LSU natty stock? Yeah, if I had to make one bet right now on the board, 11-1, I think I saw earlier today, because I was already looking at it, I would bet LSU.
I think not only did they obviously look like the best team, through week 1, again, it's early, but when you have that win now in pocket, you probably have 2-loss margin for the SEC. So if you're going to go 10-2 Now, you're getting in the play. To me, a 10-2 LSU is in the
they're
play.
definitely in. Any 10-2 SEC
Yeah,
team is in.
so
I'll go one step further. Their two toughest games, at least coming into the season, Clemson on the road. They just won that one. The other one at Alabama. That looks a lot more winnable now.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? Although one game, I think they're in a lot of trouble.
Which one?
You know who comes to Baton Rouge late November?
Who?
What? Western Kentucky.
Oh, you're funny. Maybe against the point spread. You're funny. That's the man, the myth, the legend himself. That's why you guys tune in, Mr. Joey Knish. Tom in the chat. Only one game, but what do we think about taking a flyer on Tennessee to win the SEC 27-1? I like LSU. You know the team nobody's talking about. I'm stunned by this. The defending champs in the SEC. They'll have a say about it. Probably be a double-digit favorite for conference games. They're not beating Georgia coming up. Plus a small favorite against Oklahoma at home. I bet him against Oklahoma at home. But 27-1's not a terrible price though.
It's not a terrible price, but at the same time, I just don't see enough there from Tennessee. Like, again, nice performance. Quarterback play and offense was probably a little bit more pop than you thought, with Aguilar there. But you've got a leapfrog. I mean, right now they're, I think, prices, though, what am I seeing? Like 9th in the SEC. Like, even if you talk about a tough couple of teams, maybe, Bama and Texas and that aren't as good as advertised, you're still then got Georgia, LSU, Texas A&M, Auburn. Like, I just don't think they're better than any of those teams, or at least on par. So at 27-1, I know the number looks kind of sexy, but I don't see it.
And they looked okay, but I think your sentiment is you're more anti-Syracuse than you are pro-Tennessee after that game, right?
Yep. I mean, and the market obviously has bet that this week against UConn. So
the market being the friends of Knish.
Not only Knish and friends, but it got hit.
Was that getting hit even at 7?
There were some 6.5s out there. I saw.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Our friends at FanDuel have 6.5.
Yep.
That's a big move. I wish I'd have gotten that 10 like you did. Good job. Go Big Blue. Well, we are go Big Blue this week, to say the least. Auburn -42. Here we go. Ball State looked terrific. Auburn has another bye game on deck, plus a capable backup quarterback. Don't hate it, man. Ball State was bad.
They were really bad. My only concern when we're talking these big numbers, Auburn's passing attack left a little bit to be and I again respect them for running all over Baylor in that. But again, Jackson Arnold, played really tough, ran really well. The passing game gonna need, and I know maybe it gets right against Balls, but there's been the games since the Q's gotten there, it's like I don't know. The passing game just hasn't been. So when I'm laying 42, I need some explosive pass plays in that. They got the wide receivers to do it. I still don't know if they got the quarterback. So again, I'm not going to talk you off it, but it's not something I got invested in.
Crestman asking about USC -27.5. Boy, they put one on Missouri State to say the least.
Listen, you don't have
to. They're going to put one on Clay Helton. They could. They're when you talk about motivation on a big favorite, they might have it. And Lincoln Riley's the type of coach that not afraid. I mean, I would be inclined to lay it here.
I would too. I will say,
is Georgia Southern staying out on the West Coast this week?
It's a good question. I'm not sure, but they might as well stay out because you want to talk.
What happened in the second half?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened in that game. I liked Georgia Southern considerably in that game. We had them in the money line round robin. Of course, we need, Rice wins. So all I need is Southern to win. 2 of 4 gets you profit, and they get absolutely fucking blasted. In that one. So that was, I don't know what happened there. But going into this week, as you said, USC looked prime. At under 28, it would be USC or nothing for me.
Best bet. All right.
I'm on the fence.
All right.
People are asking.
It'd be in the mix. What? Go ahead.
No, just people. A lot of people are in. I see the chat. We're going to knock out a dozen on the Cyhawk. We bet 3.5 with Iowa. And I don't know if that. I know I see a bunch of threes. I don't know if 3.5 will be back, but that was.
I think Iowa wins the game. I think it is a classic game with a very low total.
Yeah.
If you told me you wanted to lay it 2.5 with Iowa State, I could see that. But man, I was with you. I like that Iowa plus 3.5 there.
Yeah, if
I
that,
just
and
think everyone's putting up
so
Iowa State after, and kudos. That was that to me, beating South Dakota 55-7 was just as impressive as a Kansas State win. But I'll say this, you guys, South Dakota might be in shambles.
Yeah.
So, back to the chat. Patrick in the chat. Hey guys, happy Monday. Right back at you. How do you feel about Iowa? We just talked about it. South Florida plus 17.5. SMU -3. I'm on opposite sides of South Florida and SMU. I would be more inclined to lay it with Florida. Kudos for South Florida. Took all the money in the world in the market. Won the game by 4 touchdowns, an underdog against Boise, but it was probably the most misleading final of the week. I see 17s out there. I would lay it with Florida. But the market loves South Florida. I'm going to be greedy and see if this ticks down one more half point. But I'm on Florida in that one. Where are you at?
I would lean that way, but I agree. That's one that there was so much week 1 love in South Florida. I would be patient on that number. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Baylor. I think Baylor.
I like Baylor too. Let's pull up our friends at FanDuel right now. Friends at FanDuel right now. I know it's juiced, but I'm looking. Looking across the market. We're going to best bet Baylor at plus 3.5, -122.
I like it. I was just
best bet Baylor. I like that one. Old Tout Service was waiting for that one to see if it went to 3.5. I thought the Baylor-Auburn game, look, Auburn easily won the line of scrimmage, but it's still a little bit misleading. Baylor had the ball inside the 10 twice, scored 0, and Auburn returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Baylor's passing attack, one of the best in the country. They got a tight end, that Trigg kid. Unbelievable. They got multiple wide receivers, but I like Baylor. We'll take the 3.5. I don't think you're going to need them. SMU, nobody probably dived into the SMU East Texas A&M game. Very misleading final. That was not a good performance by SMU. Baylor outright. Desperate 0-1 team. They win the game, but we'll take
I agree, man. As we were talking about it, this is one that I was going to bring to the circle. I like this. I would be shocked if this closed 3. Like I think in 3.5 there.
That's a sharp play. I'm telling you, that's top 5 play of the week. Hey, this is here we go. We get people are like, oh, we're only getting the C stuff. That's an A play there, to say the least.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I like that quite a bit. And just again, we try, especially on the Monday show, try and give out stuff that we think's gonna close well. I would be shocked if that closed at a full 3.
Really? All right.
I'm like
I like that means that some people are telling you that they're gonna be going on that. So I love Baylor in that game. Love. Great play. I'm glad we got that one. This has been good. I say that and we'll lose every Terrible. Hate the portfolio. Austin M in the chat. Speaking of plays, is Cincinnati playable at 20? Could it come back to down to 18? I don't think it's coming back down to 18.
No.
In fact, I think it's going to tick up at least one more. I think it closes 21.
Yeah, I agree. Because even I know you played it this morning, and then a few people today were like, "Yeah."
A couple people reached out to me and said they still liked it even after I bombed the market on that one. I trust my eyes. I can't trust these stupid beat reporters. I mean, they were telling me. I had multiple people at Alabama practices telling me how good they were. The Notre Dame people, every perceived strength for Notre Dame was a weakness. Every perceived weakness was a strength.
What's that? The 2024 Michigan quarterback. I'll never listen to regular.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, it's the best quarterback competition we've ever had. Neither guy could throw a fucking ball 20 yards.
Yeah, I can't trust these people. So what I'm getting at is I watched BG with my own eyeballs last week. It was rough. Drew Pine is horrific. Bottom 5 quarterback. And, it's just not just me. Oh, I'm biased because I followed the kid. I mean, I looked at the PFF right after the game. How'd they grade this? He was the worst offensive player. And so, yep, that's what I saw. But BG returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, had 19 points at the end of the game. 7 of those was on like a 40-yard drive after field position, and then they had 4 field goals, including like a 60-yard field goal. They're not going to be able to score. I mean, I'd be stunned if they score more than 10 points in the game. So I think Cincy has 7 straight losses for Cincy. I think it might be 6 straight. They need a win, a feel-good win. They dominate BG. I think it's still playable now at 20.5.
Yeah.
Brandon, go ahead.
Bowling Green is, it's going to, I mean, figured it was going to be a tough year, but offensively, it's going to be a real tough year.
Yeah. I mean, they got some pieces. If they have competent quarterback play, then I wouldn't be. I mean, they got a bum at quarterback. They had a competent quarterback, then my entire outlook would be different. Brendan in the chat, glad we got fresh board. Oh no, we already read that one. My bad. Trevor in the chat, Sam Houston, Hawaii over. No, we got to check the Ali Hotto situation. He got banged up again.
Yeah, and I know they're trying, they're both teams are playing with pace and that, but man, Sam Houston's offense.
That opened like 11 somewhere. Oh my! I just can't believe how bad the board was. Yeah, 11. Oof. Jacob C is asking about that game. Sam Houston State plus 7.5. Look, I think both teams are. Well, I mean, Hawaii's got something a little bit, and that was look. Arizona killed them on the scoreboard, but not in the box score in that game. It was all turnovers. Hawaii is very tough to trust as a favorite. Any result would not surprise me there. Sam Houston winning the game, Hawaii winning by 4 touchdowns. I haven't bet it yet. Nicholas, thoughts on what we talked to FIU plus 42 and Missouri minus 6? Nah, nothing major there. We were high on, this is one from Al. You guys were high on North Texas preseason, laying in under 10 on the road against Western Michigan this week, who looked terrible, and we're very lucky to cover on Friday. Well, don't lay, under 10, I think is okay. Was there like a 6.5?
I want to say it. Oh yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, there was 6.5. I laid 7. I think anything under 10 is doable. Are you?
Yeah,
do you agree or no?
No, I was just looking around to see what's available.
Are we best betting this one? It's widely available.
You think it sticks? I'm trying to. God, Western was
North Texas took a little bit of money. Remember, Western Michigan had the market go against them. They got a backdoor cover because the backup quarterback for Michigan State threw a pick 6 in the final minute of the game.
Yes. Michigan. Oh, that's another we got to get to. I will say, some people disagreed with me here.
What?
I thought Michigan State first half.
They look good. That's another game I watched with the eye test. I gave out Michigan State earlier today.
Yeah, and I know
they passed the eye test for me.
I agree. I know. I was arguing a little bit with some folks earlier that weren't as impressed with Michigan State. I thought second half they just kind of went into basically like a game's over shell.
Yep, that's what they did. And BC, easily covered, but they just were total pass happy. I'd like to run the ball against an overmatched opponent. I don't give a shit that Linergan threw it for 500 yards. I don't like that. You'll laugh at this. This is like the old man handicap. BC. This is Saturday night NBC. BC doesn't play in those types of environments too much. I expect a pretty decent atmosphere there in East Lansing. You're closer to the pulse there.
Yeah, I mean, the program's been a little down for a bit, but we
had a decent crowd for the Western Michigan game.
Yeah,
I thought.
No, I think it'll be solid.
All right. Ain't playable now at 3.5. But Pitch, liked it at 3. He made sure he gave it out before the show.
Yeah, I know that was very strategic on his end. But
very strategic. So take with that information.
You might get. Maybe 3 pops again at some point.
I agree. I think wait on that one.
Boston College. So if you like Michigan State, wait on that.
Yeah, I agree. I think closes 3. I could see that. Let's keep it rolling here. Spencer, we talked to Auburn, Ball State under. I could see that. What's that at? Auburn. We talked the side
53.5.
Hasn't made my board. I would lean that way though, because that's what makes me not want to bet Auburn. I do see just a nothing game.
Yeah, it's been bet down a little bit. So we'll have to see what's going on there as mother Knish makes an appearance here. The family's family's out in the back for the pool for Labor Day. So
how warm is it there? It's been chilly. Is it closing up there? You're closing up the pool after this weekend?
It's pretty much, wrapping it up probably after this weekend. So
that's a Midwest tradition. Got to close up the pool.
Yeah,
right, unless you got a nice heated, you probably got a nice heated one though, don't you?
Oh yeah, you honestly you can't you couldn't use it in ground here if you didn't have a heater. It'd be fucking freezing all year.
That's true. Onion Man, thoughts on taking Navy minus 21 against a dead UAB team? Oh, we talked about that number. The worst number circa maybe is ever posted. Feels like it could be similar to UAB Army domination last year. I lean that way, but I certainly, at our friends at FanDuel, don't they have a shaded 21? I'm trying to find it on the board here. Yeah, they got 21.5. I lean maybe over.
Yeah, I just, it's nothing for me at current.
Love FanDuel. I just always want to make sure I get that because I feel bad I mentioned other sports books. I know I'm going to get yelled at after this show. Andrew Chief 25-15. South Florida line seems side. Man, I reading the chat. I'm going to wait on Florida. You know my thoughts on that.
Yep.
Action Sports Central opinions on Cal and Oregon State going forward. Yeah, I think I'm opposite. But I will say Oregon State's season is on the line this week. Just watching the highlights, is Murphy okay? He got banged up at the end.
Yeah. I will. I'm not totally out on Oregon State in terms of but I agree with you, John. I thought just a miss in the offseason. I thought Cal would be kind of a shell of a program and was not a believer in this kid they started. But I mean,
oh my God, I don't know if it was totally bad Oregon State. I know Blue Horseshoe thinks it's bad Oregon State. It's not. Not when you see that quarterback making those throws. Quarterbacks, he's already top 10 quarterback in the country. Is he not? I don't even think that's an exaggeration.
I don't think it's an exaggeration because the quarterback play across college football right now.
It's not. I mean, all the COVID year kids are gone. The 7th year guys are gone. I think he might be a top 10 quarterback.
This is the other one, Heisman Trophy stuff. It is as wide open as I can ever recall. And I know it's only week 2, but a lot of your big names at the top, starting with Arch Manning, is
no. Well, we didn't see any offense in any of the big games.
You're right. That too. Great. Yeah. No.
And Beck won and looked good, but I mean, conservative Mario took the ball out of his hands like an idiot. Ja Rule in the chat. Used to be a fan of his music. Montana State will open as a home dog to SDSU after getting thrashed by Oregon. Yeah, Montana State's really bad. I think it'll be a wrong team favorite situation value on MSU. All right. I don't know anything. I haven't dived into that.
Oh, Keith makes a great point.
Oh,
when are we starting the Dampier Heisman campaign?
Yeah.
He looked great.
I forgot. I didn't mention them. They look pretty good.
They look real good. The problem is he looked great. They looked real good. It was a game versus a real opponent. Who the fuck is talking about them right now? Nobody. So, I mean,
I would bet them to win the Big 12 right now, even at a terrible number compared to what it was. They look dominant.
They look dominant, but that's the problem with the Heisman thing is there's nothing. There's crickets out there about that game in Dampier right now. And so
you can't play at 11 o'clock Eastern. That's always been the rule.
Yeah, it's a killer. So it's that's why these guys don't ever win.
That's why Luck didn't win. McCaffrey didn't win. That's been a thing going back even before then. Playing them late start times, nobody's watching them. Did you stay up and watch that game live?
No,
I did not. No, I didn't. Won the game. I know there's probably some East Coast people that did watch that game down there in Tennessee. Were probably watching that game. If you catch my drift, see old Nico fail, and he did. Trip in the chat. Brad and Knish, I give each of you $100 to bet a national title future. Pretend you have no natty futures in pocket. I'm taking LSU right now.
It's hard for me to argue
Or
on that one.
Georgia.
But I'm trying to hold on. Let me look down the board here, our friends at FanDuel, and see, because I know we talked about like who could get an early loss that you would buy, but you know what? There wasn't a
I
ton
think
of
Texas is losing to Georgia again.
yeah, and there wasn't a ton of adjustment in market on those pricing.
No, there wasn't. Like a Notre Dame would go
No.
like see in the past Notre Dame would go like 30-1 type of thing.
Yep. Where now, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm trying to see. And once you get past
look, he puts in Michigan, Mr. Moretto, after the big outright upset win over the Oklahoma Sooners.
I tell you, I think they're like, do I think Michigan's potentially playoff good? Do I think they're national title good?
No, not what I saw. I wasn't happy with the defense.
I think that I'm actually okay with it. It's the people around Underwood are very outside of the running back position. The wide receiver position is very, very average.
How do they correct that? Recruiting or transfer? What's going on there?
Yeah, the problem was
I think a year after Underwood, they should be able to correct it for next year.
Yes, right? Yes. But that's the problem is like when you haven't thrown the forward pass for 4 years, people are like, why the fuck am I going to come here and be a wide receiver to block? I'd be like, no, we're going to pass more. But it actually did look like they're, be passed more. So,
let's hit.
I just cop out. I would take LSU too.
Yeah, LSU. Georgia would be my other one. SEC. I don't know. Just 3-4 more, and then we'll get out. Ole Miss at -10. Kentucky looked pathetic. Kiffin will be out for blood. Revenge. Didn't bet it. I should have. It was 9.5 at FanDuel earlier today. I didn't pull the trigger like an idiot. Now it's 10.5 at FanDuel. You didn't bet it. I don't think I didn't see that.
I did not bet it. There is one 9.5 out there though.
Yeah, I think that's worth a bet. That is worth a bet, folks.
Well, that's why you watch this
when
show.
I don't bet it, and look, I'm watching it light up on the board right now.
Oh, yeah, that was me. That was me.
Oh, it was you? Okay.
I just bet it when you said it. So, yeah, I
guess we got the 4-1-1 on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely lean that. I know in the past, people are going to be like, this is a Lane spot where he always gags on himself and Kentucky uglies up a game. I just don't think both of these teams are like, I think Kentucky's bottomed out and again, we like Lane. We like Lane when he's like, and no, we don't want the dog barking, but we like Lane when he's in the situation to be able to roll. So
speaking of the dogs barking, this is a game I could see not right upset. Arizona State, Mississippi State, Cowbells at home, and the Bulldogs.
What'd you think of their? I know we loved them week 1, and they came through.
I haven't broken down the tape yet.
Okay.
The Buckeye game was on. I watched Tennessee, Syracuse. I'll get to it though. And I'll have an answer Friday.
Yeah, I know they handled their business. I wasn't like wowed by Mississippi State by any means. Like it wasn't. Especially first half was pretty competitive game. I
was a little nervous. Remember, I was talking to us going 0-3. We snuck one and almost went 2-1 there for a bit. Tennessee scored late.
Yeah, I know that one. They punched it in.
That would have been that's the difference between a winning. Hey, why I mentioned this already? Why was the Underwood not graded a winner yet?
I don't know.
Moretto, get on that. Under 26.5 rushing yards is a winner. It's just sitting at pending right now, I think. If you go to cross promotion, bet stamp.
I think it was an unverified play, so I gotta message the team to get it verified.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, fair enough. That's a good answer. That's why he's the boss. Got a great answer right off the bat. Speaking of stuff happenings in Hammer, how often will you be appearing on Jason's Daily Show?
The new Daily Show launching, was it launched this week? I think. We'll get back here. I didn't check the date. Launching this week.
Launching Friday.
Launching Friday.
Jason and Knish are best friends, so I'm sure he'll be on there every day.
I wish I had time to go on every day, to be honest. So, but yeah, can't wait for that. Hammer Daily, baby. Calzada, what Chuck in the chat? Yeah, that was the other point in Kentucky. Calzada, woof.
I almost forgot. Step on a duck had a super. We got super chats. I almost forgot. Where's what producer? He's not even telling me about this stuff. Jeff Spicoli, $9.99 super chat. Chips plus 21.5. Jacksonville State plus 5.5. I'm more on the Pittsburgh side of that one. It's a pass for me. That was a little Central Michigan caught San Jose State off guard. I know. I mean, I'm not going to say that they weren't the right play. I mean, they won the game outright. They clearly were the right play. But after they got up to a 2-score lead, I thought San Jose State should have won the game. I'll put it that way. Pittsburgh with their new offense. Normally, you're like, I can't lay points with Narduzzi, but they're looking to put points on the board. Did you do anything with this game? A terrible number at another book opener.
I would, and I know, I was leaning on the chips last week. I'd probably lean into again at 21.5. I haven't actually fired. I will say I would actually lean the other way on Jacksonville State. Even though
Liberty, they were terrible. I think they outscored Maine like 21-0 in the fourth quarter.
I know, but I still
You're not buying what you saw? The Jacksonville State against UCF, almost outright winner?
Well, I mean, it was the almost outright winner because it was the ugliest game of all time.
You're on Horseshoe side. He likes Liberty.
Yeah, and I know it wasn't a great performance, but hey, Maine, a lot of pride in that Maine program and that FCS and move.
Well, what's their nickname?
Black Bears.
Very good. Very good.
They were pretty elite for a few seasons there for a minute.
Elite? I don't know about that, but Maine was elite.
I mean, they were.
Give me the season they were elite. I think they might have made the playoffs, but they didn't do anything. You look. But I'm very happy that you got their nickname. Step on a duck, $5. Here's a great week, too, guys. Appreciate your work. Let's go. He might have done that because he knows I would promote him. I got an unbelievable record. If you check
Duck doing stuff for our friends over at our friends now over at Tan with C-Dub and Stuck and I forget the other guy's name, but it's in my weekly rotation. They made the semis in 2018.
Okay.
And lost.
Yeah, okay. You got me. Head-to-head, Knish just won one on me. Very good.
Yeah, I won one. I won LSU too.
Oh, yeah, you did. All right.
That's
Man,
right.
the market agreed with me. That damn market. Duck will like this story. Some pretty prominent guy. I got him because I'm like, hey, this Duck's giving out all this FCS stuff. A prominent guy's like, how do you get that stuff? You got to download on their app due to that. So there you go. Cross promotion. Speaking of cross promotion, I'll get this in here. No, I won't. We'll do it Friday. Show's over. I got nothing else unless you got something. Well, I'm not gonna since I don't on Labor Day. I don't know. Is the pizza man watching? He might be, but I was.
No, he's the one that there's no circle. They didn't even record Circle Back today.
Yeah, so I'm not going to cross promote Forward Progress. NFL does start this week, so if you want to check out the NFL show Forward Progress, I won't do the ad read, but there's some cross promotion there. Are you excited about the NFL? You're probably wanting a week 2 board, wanting to see the games, react to it. I love week 2 NFL more than anything.
Yeah, and I'm more,
You're a college guy.
Yeah, I'm a college guy. I'm a Lions guy, but I'm a college guy. I'm not. I mean, I'll throw Red Zone on, but I'm not like.
I just a big time college game. Nothing gets it going for me.
Yeah.
All right. For the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joey Knish. For producer extraordinaire, Alex Moretto. I'm Brad Powers. Thank you to all your comments, your super chats. Best bets. We gave them out. Michigan. Gave out Baylor. What was the other one?
Michigan, Baylor, and what was the third one we just?
I always like recapping. I'm sorry. That's a very bad way to end the show.
We did a lean of obviously Mississippi, not Mississippi State. What I just bet there at 9.5. North Texas at under 10.
Ole Miss, North Texas was one. I'm looking. Boy, the old producer would have that stuff up already.
I It's up here, but we only have Michigan and Baylor logged, so I didn't want to pull it up.
Yeah,
and,
no,
like,
the other
I'm
one.
pretty sure we only have two best bets.
All right, I see it. 2 best bets. Very clunky way. I should be fired. I'll be reprimanded after this show, so you know the clunky way to close it. But that'll do it, guys. We'll talk to you Friday at 5.